Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. Today, we dive into an emotional story between Tung and Diep, where love is tested, jealousy unfolds, and life-changing decisions are made. The story begins in a familiar countryside setting, where people share their daily lives, from rustic dishes and bamboo shoots harvesting to conversations about the hard work on the high hills. Together, they work, talk, and create a warm and close-knit atmosphere. But amid these peaceful days, an unexpected event occurs. While walking through town, Tung happens to see Diep, the girl he deeply cares for, being forced into an unwanted marriage. Shocked and heartbroken, Tung makes a bold decision to step in and help Diep. A whirlwind of emotions erupts: worry, anger, and even jealousy as he sees Diep with someone else. Can Tung help Diep escape this situation? Will his love for her be strong enough to overcome all obstacles? Follow the video to uncover the dramatic twists of this story. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss the next episodes. Today, we will follow Lee deep into the lush green forest, where she begins her workday with enthusiasm. From the very first words, it's clear that Diep is a girl full of energy and optimism. Her friendly greeting and cheerful wishes to everyone show that she always carries a positive spirit. Despite the demanding nature of her work, Diep steps into the forest, where young bamboo shoots have begun to sprout after the first seasonal rains. Excitement fills her voice as she discovers large, fresh bamboo shoots. Her exclamations, "This bamboo shoot is huge," or "These shoots are so sweet," are not just simple descriptions but a reflection of her joy and eagerness in finding nature's precious gifts. With each new discovery, Diep can't hide her delight. "There are so many bamboo shoots. Oh, here's another tiny one." These phrases reveal her diligence and dedication to her work. She's not just harvesting bamboo shoots, she's truly enjoying the process. As if she's uncovering little treasures hidden in the forest. As her basket nears full, Diep gently remarks, "Just a little more, and it'll be full soon." A simple sentence, yet it reflects her perseverance and hardworking nature. She keeps pushing forward, eager to collect as much as she can, preparing for a hopeful day of selling her harvest. Diep's story is not just about making a living. It's a portrayal of a person who loves nature, cherishes the fruits of her labor, and maintains an unwavering spirit of optimism. Today, CEO James personally visited the construction site to inspect the wood production process and meet with the workers. Right from the start, we see James's leadership style, meticulous and detail-oriented, as he carefully reviews data before heading to the field. Upon arriving at the site, James does not just play the role of a supervisor, he also shows a genuine concern for the workers' well-being. His simple greeting, "Hello, brothers," reflects his friendly approach, breaking down barriers between a boss and his employees. The conversation flows naturally when James inquires about the wood harvesting process. The hardships of the job become evident through the workers' responses. "We've only been working for 10 days. And the roads up here are steep and difficult." "Boss." These statements not only depict the challenging conditions but also highlight their perseverance and dedication. What stands out most is James's empathy and understanding. Instead of pressuring them, he reassures them. Take a break. No need to rush. This is the mark of a great leader, one who prioritizes both productivity and the well-being of his team. Through this field visit, James gains a deeper appreciation for the hard work behind every sheet of paper. From wood harvesting to transportation, recognizing the workers' efforts, he makes a key decision. I'll allocate more funds to ensure the workers have better meals. This decision not only demonstrates his care for the workforce but also enhances long-term productivity and morale. In conclusion, this was not just a routine work inspection, it was a moment that strengthened the bond between leadership and workers. A great leader does not simply demand results but listens, understands, and supports. And James, with his compassion and sense of responsibility, has truly exemplified that. Today, Diep brings freshly harvested bamboo shoots to the market. A young woman full of diligence and perseverance. She hopes to earn some money to sustain her life and care for her little dog. The marketplace is filled with simple and sincere exchanges. There is no competition. Just honest conversations between buyers and sellers. However, after selling her goods, the story takes a turn. On her way home, Diep encounters two strangers, weathered and starving figures who instantly stir her compassion. Though she doesn't have much herself, she doesn't hesitate to share her only remaining piece of bread. This act of kindness highlights her selfless heart, always willing to give, even when she, too, struggles. But then, an unexpected danger arises. The two strangers grow aggressive, not merely beggars but individuals on the brink of desperation, willing to take more from Diep by force. The line, "Are you saying we're like dogs?" reveals their anger and wounded pride. It reflects the fragile state of those who have been pushed to the edge, where hunger can drive people to recklessness. Just as the situation escalates, Tung appears in time, without needing many words. His mere presence is enough to ease the tension. His concern for Diep is evident through his anxious questions. "Why did you take this road today? This path is deserted. Why didn't you take the main road?" Tung's words are not just inquiries, they carry a gentle reprimand. He worries about Diep's safety, knowing too well that this isolated path is not a place for a woman to walk alone. His quiet affection becomes more apparent as he insists, "Let me take you home." In the end, moved by Tung's sincerity, Diep accepts his offer, a small nod, simple yet filled with trust. This moment is not just about helping someone in need, it's a silent bond forming between them. Perhaps this isn't the first time Tung has looked out for Diep, and surely it won't be the last time he quietly protects her. The story closes with the image of them walking side by side. But its emotions linger, a tale of hard work, kindness, danger, and a heartfelt act of protection. Quote, The arrival of CEO James brought forth a new atmosphere, jealousy and wariness. As James stepped into the yard, his gaze immediately landed on Tung, the man who had just brought Diep home. His eyes were cold, but deep within them lay an undeniable sense of discomfort. James did not speak right away. He stood there, observing Tung closely, as if trying to assess who this man really was and what his intentions were with Diep. Diep hurriedly thanked Tung for his help, but James seemed almost indifferent to her words. At that moment, only one thought occupied his mind: why was Diep with Tung? And more importantly, what was the true nature of their relationship? James's voice was cold yet maintained a polite tone as he finally spoke. "You happen to bring Diep home again today?" Tung understood the underlying meaning in the question. He did not avoid it, nor did he show any sign of intimidation. Instead, he responded calmly, "I was passing by and saw Diep in trouble, so I just helped her." James narrowed his eyes slightly. A simple answer, yet it left him feeling uneasy. The way Tung spoke, the way he looked at Diep, everything about it made James feel that something was slipping out of his control. The tension between the two men grew palpable. Diep could sense the silent confrontation but had no idea how to ease it. When dinner began, the tension remained. Tung and James sat across from each other, with the meal prepared by Diep between them. They talked about work, the farm, and the crops, but every word carried a hint of probing. "I heard you've been researching new plant varieties?" James asked, his tone as if testing his opponent. Tung nodded, unfazed. "That's right, I've been studying some species that could adapt to the soil conditions here." James chuckled slightly, but his eyes lacked warmth. "That's an admirable effort, but to develop sustainable agriculture, research alone isn't enough. You need strategy and the ability to implement it on a large scale." Tung remained unfazed by the remark. He responded steadily, "I believe every success begins with small experiments. If we don't start, we'll never know what truly works." The conversation seemed to revolve around business. But in reality, it was an unspoken battle. James was asserting his power as a strong businessman, while Tung was proving that he was not an easy opponent to dismiss. After dinner, James and Diep had a private conversation. James's voice was gentler, but he couldn't hide the concern in his question about Diep's feelings toward Tung. "What do you think of Tung?" Diep hesitated for a moment. She didn't want James to misunderstand, but she also couldn't deny that Tung was a good person. "He's kind and very helpful." James furrowed his brows slightly. Diep's response was simple, but it still unsettled him. "And what about me? What do you think of me?" Diep looked into James's eyes she had once trusted, once loved. She smiled softly. "You always care about me. Always make time for me. That's something I truly appreciate." James let out a quiet breath of relief. But deep inside, he knew that love was not just words, it was about what they truly felt for each other. At that moment, a thought flashed through his mind. Did he truly understand Diep's feelings? Or was he simply holding on to her as if she were a certainty in his life? In the distance, Tung stood by the fence, silently gazing at the house in front of him. Inside his heart, something had ignited, something both tender and painful. Should he move forward, or was it time to walk away? Quote, The silent confrontation between James and Tung. The emotional turmoil within Diep. Who is truly deserving of her heart? Love should never be a competition. It must come from genuine feelings on both sides. So, who do you think Diep should choose? James. The one who always cares for and protects her but carries an undeniable jealousy. Or Tung. The man who has helped her multiple times but also the one who once caused her pain. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to follow the next developments. See you in the next video.